Hello, and welcome to this episode of Margaritas with Marguerita Cheng, episode 105. It is the last episode for the season of the summer of 2023, and we are so glad you have been with us for 105 episodes. Thank you, Miss Rita. I'm Hope Katz-Gibbs, president of Incandescent PR and Publishing and producer of this fantastic show on the Incandescent Radio Network and Incandescent TV. As guest 105 is the amazing Corey Beal. Couldn't be more perfect because she is the CEO and the Director of Joy at Empowering Finance. Today's topic, financial planning for the bold, the ambitious, and the badass. So I am going to throw it over to you, Miss Rita.
Well, thank you so much, Hope. And I just love it because who doesn't want to be bold and ambitious? So, Corey, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
So, our first question is because we know that stories are so important, and how you and I connected is during Pride Month, but it's so important to celebrate people and their communities year round. With
Yeah.
that in mind, tell us about your financial planning journey.
All right. Well, since I was a little child, I was pretty sure that I was going to be an international law attorney. So that was my number one thing. My undergrad in college was pre-law, and I was like pre-law track. And then I met my ex my senior year of college, and they ended up to be in the military. And so the military sent us somewhere where there wasn't law school. And very quickly, we were living paycheck to paycheck. And in the first month of marriage, we had $12 in our bank account. And I was very, very scared and knew there had to be a different way to live. And I really wanted to learn more about money and finances because I'm sure you know, in our wonderful country, there's not a lot of financial education or literacy involved here. So I was set out to, change that for me and started attending like women in finance seminars and learning more about the wild world of finance and just was really intrigued by, what needed to be done and the education that needed to be done, especially with those, especially with women and on those in the military and people that didn't have any kind of, education or foundation in finance. So that really piqued my interest, and I started learning about the CFP program, and that really started my journey into the wild world of finance.
And here you are, and the rest is history. Um,
Yeah.
So I know that you are a CFP Pro. What inspired you to start your own practice and become the director for empowering finance?
Yeah, really, it was my last ditch effort to stay in finance. So I had worked at a few different financial firms throughout my career and got to the point where I was just really done working for old white men. I got into the industry very naively, not knowing what the industry was like. When I took the CFP board exam in 2010, it was, I think, 77% men, 23% women. And I think in 2023, it's the same percentage. And I really had no idea what that meant, to be working in an industry that was so saturated by old white men and what that would feel like. And there was just a lot of things that happened throughout my career that I really wasn't a fan of. And I didn't like how they spoke to people that didn't look like them. I didn't like, a lot of the clients that I was able to serve in the way that I wanted to serve them. And I really wanted to challenge all the norms. I was told you had to be successful and you had to, fit by these industry standards in order to, make any money in this industry. And so I launched Empowering Finance for a number of reasons. But one, it was to, work with the people I wanted to work with based on like shared values and passions versus based on how much money they had. I really wanted to do a flat fee instead of like the industry standard, which is, assets under minimum and percentage of the assets. I wanted to do hourly too because I saw there was such a need for hourly CFP financial planners. There's not a lot across the US. And so I wanted to get access to the 20-year-olds, the 30-year-olds, the 40-year-olds, the people that didn't have, big dollars behind their name. I saw what a huge impact you could make in those younger years of life to really change the course of their future. So that really fired me up. And that's why, like, one of all multiple reasons why, but that's why I launched Empowering Finance. And I can say, like, in my first year, I got 45 clients, which is pretty amazing because a lot of people went with the hourly route and they were able to get access to a financial planner, which they usually wouldn't get
Kudos to you. Thus, the
access.
name Empowering Finance, which is so important, expanding access and awareness, awareness and accents. I'm not sure which comes first, but they're both important, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I saw from working at, another firm I was at, we served a pretty high-end clientele. The required minimum assets was $2 million, so people were a lot closer to retirement. And we had like one token Black couple and one LGBT couple, and I was pretty dismayed at the community that we were serving, and really wanted to be able to serve those in my community in the LGBT network, and also people of color as well. So I've been able to do that with my firm, which has been phenomenal and really fun, both for I think me and for my clients.
No doubt, absolutely. So here is where we get to ask you, what do you enjoy most about your career?
Yeah.
And it's okay to say what you like least. I think you alluded to that, but we're going to be
All
positive
right.
here. What do you enjoy most?
Yeah, I think that we have, one of the most rewarding and amazing careers out there. I get like a total insight into people's lives and hear everything that's going on, not just their finances, because when people start getting comfortable and opening up with their finances, you get to hear everything else that's going in their like on in their life. So I get to hear, when they get pregnant, or when they're having, when they got engaged, or when they get married, or, when they're going through these big life changes, which is I think pretty phenomenal and cool. And I don't think there's a lot of other careers out there that allow you that insight into people's lives. So I would say the most rewarding for me is developing and deepening those relationships I have with my clients, which is, why I'm here and why I'm doing what I'm doing, what I enjoy doing the most. And I think, what I like least about this, sector is kind of what you said, where it's the industry as a whole. It is still very dominated by, older white men. There's not a lot of diversity in this sector, and it's really hard to be authentic and be that voice that doesn't look like everybody else in the industry unless you want to start your own firm, which is really, really hard to do. I can tell you, like, I've never worked my ass off so much by launching my firm, and it's like expensive to launch, and it's really hard to be doing these things on your own. So I wish and I look forward to our industry changing and being a more inclusive environment and welcoming, those that probably don't look like them, and just being a more welcoming environment as well, because right now I don't think we're there.
No, amen to that. And I agree with you. I mean, I took the CFP certification exam in 2004. That's
Yeah.
18 years ago. And then
Yeah.
I gave birth to my youngest child in 2005.
Uh-huh.
And I
Yeah.
tell people it is not about pushing anybody out, it is more
Yeah.
about bringing more people in and along with us.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. I look forward to, like, hopefully by the time I retire, it's gonna be 50-50 men and women. I would love to see that day. I really hope that's coming sooner rather than then, but we'll see.
Until then, like we
Mhm.
all have our work to do, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I think, a big part of our work is most people don't even know what financial planning is as an industry. Like if you look at TV shows, like everybody wants to be a doctor, an attorney, and any of the like finance TV shows out there really don't portray us in the best light. So I think it's also letting people know like what a cool job this is, and how phenomenal it is. There's a lot of flexibility. You use your brain every day. It's, the landscape is changing all the time. So your brain is like constantly in motion. And I think it's one of the most rewarding careers you can have, but a lot of people just don't know what we do, or if they do know about finance, more of a negative connotation as well.
I know. And this is what I told some aspiring certified financial planners next.
Yeah.
This is not just Margarita's job. I need all of you, each and every one of you, to be on board, not just join this profession, not just survive, but I needed to thrive. And I told them they're so precious. I said, I want you to reach out to me on LinkedIn. And
Yeah.
actually, some of them did.
Oh, I love it. I think I get reached out by, people all the time, and I think it's one of the coolest things when those in college or graduation, are reaching out and just like want to talk and learn about like what is it like to be in finance and what are the career options, and do you know anybody in towns that are, not the like typical big names out there that we can talk to too. So yeah, my door is always open, my LinkedIn is always open, my email is always open. I love talking to anybody who's interested in this and supporting people in any way.
And thank you so much for that, Corey. It's really important. What makes you different? I think you alluded to this before, but I just want you to. This is about showcasing you, your
Yeah.
opportunity to share what makes you different from
Yeah.
others in this space.
Yeah. I think there's a few things, but I think, for me, my main focus is working with people who are badass and who want to live life differently than the traditional norm. So I don't work with people in retirement. I really enjoy working with people in their, pre-retirement years, and that, want to take sabbaticals or want to retire early, or, just want to potentially like stop their traditional career at an early age and then go work at a bookstore. Just live life differently than most. I left one of my financial planning jobs and I traveled the world solo for a year. And I can tell you during that year of travel, I grew immensely and I changed like so much both on my outlook in life and what I wanted with my career and just became a better human overall. So I want that, everybody doesn't have the same dream to go travel the world for a year, but I want people to run hard after their passions and run after their joy and figure out what it is that fuels them. And let's focus on how to empower them with that so they don't have to work the traditional 9 to 5 job. I really enjoy working with people who kind of think outside the box and are just living life differently and want to do that as well.
Well, thank you for that. And so it's not just like um local community, you serve clients virtually. So what type
I
of people are
do.
your dream clients?
Yeah, my dream clients. Gosh, I have clients starting from Hawaii all the way to New York, so definitely all across the US. People who only want to meet via Zoom. I am only virtual, so I actually don't meet with any of my clients in person. About 35% of my clients are spread out across the US. About 65% are here in the Portland area. And I'm actually going to be moving in a few months back to where I was born and raised in Maui. So I will always be serving clients virtually all over. And my clients are people, kind of like I said before, where they just want to live life outside the box and want to work with a financial planner who probably doesn't look like the traditional way. My website really speaks to who I am. And I think my website's going to draw in and magnetize the right people. And it's also going to polarize the other people that aren't really drawn in by it too. And so I think it's important to spend time on people's website before you engage with them and no, this is a long-term relationship. Once we start sharing about one another, this tends to be a pretty deep relationship that I have with most of my clients. So if people are not into like the touchy feeling and wanting to share all aspects of their life, probably not the right financial planner for them because I do get pretty deep with a lot of my clients. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Money Quotient. They are a like nonprofit and for-profit branch that really gets to the other side of money. So really getting to like using tools and questions just to learn more about humans, like who you are, much more than just the numbers behind them. So that's the type of clients I want to work with, or who are wanting to do the deep work and wanting to really open up and share who they are and like what their dreams and aspirations are, and not just focus on the numbers solely.
I love that. So this isn't about this is very different from working with a robo advisor.
Exactly. Yes, I think robo-advisors have their time and place. I know for a lot of people starting out, if they're just wanting to figure out like, what do I do with my Roth IRA if I have $100 a month? Perfect. Like that's a great solution for a robo-advisor. But I really consider myself a holistic financial planner. And we go into estate planning, insurance, and dreams and aspirations and investments and kind of anything that touches their financial life, I'm able to help with. I just tell people like I don't file taxes, never wanted to be a tax preparer, no thank you. But I do tax planning with people and I don't sell insurance. No thank you. That's not a part of the business I've ever been interested in. But we definitely look to see like if they need life insurance, disability insurance, that they have like the right amount of homeowners and all those types of things. So I'm able to help them with every aspect of their financial life. And but I don't sell any of those types.
So that they can be empowered and bold and ambitiously. So, Corey, here's your moment
Yes.
to share how people can find you. So, website, social media handle.
Yeah, absolutely. So my website is empoweringfinance.com. There's a lot of information there about who I am fees, services, all of that. On every page, there's like a book a chat, and that's how you get your first meeting with me. My Instagram handle is Empowering Finance. My LinkedIn is Empowering Finance, and then my Facebook is Empowering Finance too. Probably the most active on Instagram. I found for LinkedIn, like, just wasn't really that great for my mental health, so I stay kind of away from LinkedIn, probably as much as possible, but I really enjoy doing some of the marketing and other aspects on Instagram, so that's where you'll see, like, probably the most posts and the most
Well, thank you for that. Thank you so much for being here. Now, back to you, Miss Hope.
active.
Ladies, this is so great. I just love this concept of taking control of your future and working with collaborative minds who feel and look at the world the way you do. So thank you so much, Corey, for being guest number 105. And yeah, 105. Congratulations and thank you to all of our audience members. We really appreciate you being with us for all of this time, and we know you learned something important. So we look forward to talking with you again soon. I'm Hope Katz Gibbs, proud producer of Margaritas with Marguerita Cheng, CFP Pro. Here's to you. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye. Thank you so much for being part of our Incandescent Radio and TV family. This is Hope Katz-Gibbs, founder of Incandescent Incorporated, the PR and publishing company for women entrepreneurs. Our Incandescent Radio and TV shows are brought to you by our advertisers and clients. Margaritas with Marguerita Cheng, CFP Pro, brings us 15 minutes of tips every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern on Facebook Live, where you'll meet experts who are helping us flex our financial muscles. Find all of the episodes at margaritacheng.com. You'll also meet intuitive psychotherapist Kara Keem, who interviews therapists and other intuitive guides from around the world. Learn more at karakeem.com. And you're going to love social justice expert Karen Hanrahan, CEO of the San Francisco-based Glide Memorial Foundation. She bridges the gap from local impact to global change on her Thought Leadership show on Incandescent Radio. Learn more about Karen at KarenHanrahan.com. You're also going to love Alina Liao, founder of the radical wellness journaling company, ZenitJournals.com. Alina asks, have you tried to journal but found it hard to keep up? Zenit makes it easier to journal for your wellness. With Zenit, you can customize your journal with prompts that speak to you. No more blank pages. Your Zenit is your personalized space to take care of yourself. Website, ZenitJournals.com. Feel it, write it, Zenit. You'll also meet amazing Tracy Schott, founder of Voices for Change. Tracy is determined to change the world and end domestic violence. Learn more at voicesforchange.net. And we are so thrilled to be publishing a book for Angela Mitchell, who is the tech expert of case management. And she's also the founder of this fabulous organization, Kids Code 2. She is determined to teach kids to code computers. Talk about teaching a kid to fish. We invite you to discover and peruse all the Incandescent Incorporated websites, the magazine For Women, By Women, About Women, incandescentwomen.com. Our health and wellness magazine is beincandescent.com, the business of mind, body, spirit, soul, and heart. Our YouTube channel is incandescent.tv, and you can learn about our PR and book publishing services at incandescent.us. If you'd like to have your own radio and video show, check us out at incandescentradio.com, where you can see what we can do for you. These podcasts are also featured on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Our podcasts are produced by Brandy Wilsker. Our videos are produced by Nelson Benavides. Our website developer is Max Cucoy, and our incandescent illustrator and designer is Michael Glenwood Gibbs. If you'd like to learn more, please send me an email, hope@hopegibbs.com. Here is to your incredible, indelible, incandescent success. Much love and many